Alright, as always, you can go to YouTube channel My Medical Nightmare and see 40 plus hours video on everything that happened to me. As expected, on November 1st, 2024, the University of Alabama at Birmingham, UAB, closed their $450 million deal to acquire 5 Alabama area hospitals. This will be rebranded UAB St. Vincent's. Included in this agreement is a change of hands in ownership to St. Vincent's Hospital in downtown Birmingham, St. Vincent's East, St. Vincent's St. Clair, that's in Pell City, St. Vincent's Blunt, and St. Vincent's Chilton. Physician offices are also included, the freestanding emergency department in Trussville, the 119 campus and imaging centers, as well as current Ascension St. Vincent's services, facilities, caregivers, associates, and their network of providers. UAB says they are hopeful that most, if not all, of the Ascension St. Vincent's roughly 5,000 caregivers and associates will remain in their roles. Yeah, the timing of the announcement tells me that this is not a business deal that they wanted people to pay attention to or look into very deeply. November 1st is nestled between the Halloween holiday and the November 5th national election in the U.S. There are many suspicious and unanswered issues with how Ascension chose to manage these hospitals. And in my own case, I can vouch for the fact that as it pertains to my portion and my contribution as a customer and patient to Ascension St. Vincent's development and success as a company, these hospitals that are being transitioned to UAB are founded on ill-gotten gains. I experienced fraud, negligence, and cover-up in an injury that I almost died from. And this is unacceptable. I think one of the first things that UAB has to do, taking on a medical system and associates based on a fundamentally different operating culture. They're going to have to go through Ascension St. Vincent's and find out what's compatible and what is not. And they say here that they hope the 5,000 associates stay on board and they plan to operate the hospitals without any changes. I think that this will not be the case. UAB will have to conduct a massive house cleaning of Ascension St. Vincent's. And their future, in fact, depends on this. As you can see in my videos, as a patient, there is endemic corruption present in Ascension St. Vincent's in Birmingham. And we're talking about unethical, immoral, illegal, unprofessional elements and doctors. It's clear that Ascension St. Vincent's gave some of these people permission to pose as medical professionals and community leaders and make millions of dollars in the process when in fact they should not be trusted pushing a mop or a broom in a doctor's office. And then the other big question here is, what is the real reason that these hospitals wound up being sold to UAB for pennies on the dollar? Did corruption take over this organization and the Catholics and Christians threw their hands up and decided it was time to leave because Alabama is too evil to try and save? Yeah, and so with the rebrand, years of bad business practices, crimes, acts short of crimes, immoral behavior, etc. are magically forgotten. There are still a lot of people out in the community around Birmingham that have outstanding, unresolved issues with Ascension. So they've given the hospitals to UAB, and guess what? Ascension's packing up, they're leaving town.
You've reached the Ascension System Office General Mailbox. After the tone, leave a detailed message and someone will respond to your call. Thank you.
I'm trying to reach CEO Joseph Impeachike, and he can contact me at that number, and I have a message that I would like to give to Ascension. Between 2018 and 2019, I was an emergency department patient at Ascension St. Vincent's East Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. I believe I had broken my neck. I had an x-ray, 2 CT scans, and later an MRI looked at by Ascension St. Vincent's doctors. Each time they had told me I had no injuries in this area, I knew their diagnosis was an error as my condition worsened. The area became infected and infested with parasites. By summer 2019, I almost died. I obtained my medical records from your hospital along with the x-ray, CT, MRI imagery, and discovered the truth of my injury. I had broken bone in the underside of my skull in the area of the condylar canal and occipital condyle. How the doctors could have missed such a large and serious injury over multiple hospital visits is inexcusable. I believe some element of organized corruption may exist in this hospital. I have compiled over 10 hours of video documentation on what happened to me on my YouTube channel, and the name of the channel is My Medical Nightmare. I believe I may have been a victim of patient dumping in the course of my seeking treatment, which is a violation of emtala, EMTALA. When I told medical staff associated with Ascension about my discovery that I had been misdiagnosed repeatedly, I was personally attacked and my psychological state was challenged, and this is reflected in medical records I obtained later. I could not obtain proper treatment or diagnosis for this injury because doctors and nurses that I would subsequently have encounters with would only entertain what the erroneous Ascension ER findings were. My mother, who was a nurse for 20 years, had the misfortune of working in an Ascension hospital. When I questioned my MRI findings involving St. Vincent's Ambulatory Healthcare Network LLC and Dr. Michael Brandt Ruff, MD, radiologist, in March 2019. My mother, who was a nurse for 20 years and worked in the Ascension Hospital, she was terminated from her job there around the same time. And so this phone call, I challenge the misdiagnosis of Ascension St. Vincent's East Hospital, Birmingham, Alabama, and I challenge the policy of this hospital. And Mr. Pichike, I think you need to look into this, please. Please listen to my message, look into what I'm saying, and you're free to contact me. Thank you.